Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday Reactions. I'm Angelo, that's Ethan, that's Will.
Hey everybody. Ethan, I got one for you today.
What?
Where do you take a sick boat?
Where you take a sick boat, do you know?
What's a sick boat?
You take him to the dock.
Thursday Night Football, first game, let's jump into it. We had the Dolphins, undefeated, going into Cincinnati. They were wearing their white uniforms. Ethan picked Miami, I picked Cincinnati, Gerber picked Cincinnati, and Cincinnati won. But the big takeaway from this game was Tua and what happened to him. He got body slammed basically into the turf, got a second concussion, at least one now we know confirmed, but maybe a second concussion. What did you call it? Well, what was the thing he got when you get a second concussion?
Second impact syndrome.
Second impact syndrome. That sounds pretty serious to me. So pretty bad. He's already ruled out for this week. Hope he gets better because he was a pretty good player. But the Dolphins are not undefeated anymore. And Ethan, you picked the Dolphins because you wanted them and the Eagles to win this week. What do you think? What do you think about Tua and what do you think about the Dolphins now? You think they're gonna bounce back?
Depends. First of all, the Dolphins would have won if Tua wouldn't have got hurt.
Okay.
That's the question everyone's asking. Would the Dolphins won? Plus, it wasn't Tua's fault that he got hurt. It's the Bengals' defense's fault. They wouldn't have tackled him. He wouldn't have got a concussion. The Dolphins would have won.
Isn't it the Bengals' job to tackle him?
Yeah, but
What are you supposed to do? Like hug him to the ground?
Isn't it Tua's job to not get tackled?
he's supposed to run away and he didn't. So
Well, I think the big takeaway from this is Tua shouldn't even have been on the field. Tua obviously got hurt Sunday against the Bills. He couldn't even walk back to the huddle. And then he was out there 4 days later playing against the Bengals. And you saw what happened. I mean, it was obvious something like as soon as he hit the ground, he went into some, shock reaction, second impact syndrome. Like he shouldn't even have been out there. So hopefully he sits out another week. He's denying it still. Apparently he said, don't blame anybody. I didn't get concussed the first time. And this was now a freak accident happened and I'll heal and I'll come back. And he still feels like he's fine. But I remember when Joe Flacco got hurt and Thursday Night Football and he had to sit out a week. And, it's, I don't know. All I know is for Joe, it happened when he was, 10 years into his career. This is to his third year. So hopefully it doesn't become a pattern for him. All right. One for me, one for Will, nothing for Ethan. Here we go. Next game in London. First of the international games over the pond. We had the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints playing. The Saints didn't have anybody. Didn't have their quarterback, didn't have the wide receiver, didn't have the running back. And yet they were able to hang in here with the Minnesota Vikings. Ethan picked the Minnesota Vikings. I picked the Minnesota Vikings. Will stuck with the New Orleans Saints, and they lost. So Ethan gets a point. I get a point. Will nothing in that one. Will, besides the double doink, hey, if they hit that field goal, they could maybe have taken care of business in overtime. I don't know, but what do you think? Well, you going to stick with the Saints going forward?
Probably not going to stick with the Saints going forward, but I didn't even realize this game was going on because I was playing in a pickleball tournament this weekend. Didn't do too bad, but didn't do too great. Just kind of 50-50.
Next game on the list, the Cleveland Browns going to the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta wins 23-20. Both teams go 500. Wow. I guess it was going to be a shocker, but we all picked Atlanta. We all thought Atlanta was going to take care of business in this game, and they were able to pull it out. So now the Browns, who, I don't know, people probably didn't have the best expectations for them without Deshaun Watson. They're 2-2, just like the Bengals and the Ravens now in the AFC North. So right now it's anybody's division. It's like the season starts this week. It seems like now for the AFC North. So we'll see if Cleveland can hang with the Bengals and the Ravens, or maybe can the Bengals and the Ravens hang with the Browns. We'll see what's the who's real and who's not going forward. Ethan, do you think Atlanta got it together and are going to start doing some damage in their division now?
Yeah, I think they are. But the news is it depends on who they play. Are they gonna play? If they play some easy teams, that's what's gonna warm them up. Browns were a middle team.
Ooh,
Middle team.
middle team. Okay.
So I think that the Falcons had a good thing on that one. But if they play easy teams for a little bit, that's what's gonna warm them up for the hard games coming in through the rest of the week.
Gotcha. Will, that division, it's wide open like the AFC North. You think the Falcons can hang?
I think they're obviously easily the second best team in that division now. I think the Saints are faltering where they probably shouldn't have with all those injuries too. So that Falcons step in, and I think they'll probably be able to maintain for the rest of the season.
All right, sounds good. Our next game. Oh boy. Ethan and I were there. We were at this game. It was great at the beginning. Really fun. Interceptions and offense playing great. J.K. Dobbins seemed like he was back. It was awesome. And then the second quarter was ending. Josh Allen got a drive going. Patrick Queen dropped an interception. And they scored 7. It was 20-10 at halftime. And we all kind of had a look on our face like, all right, Ravens going to get the ball, though. We'll be okay. And then didn't score. Bill scored. Didn't score again. Bill scored again. And then it happened. 9-minute drive, Will. A 9-minute drive the Ravens put together. Got down to the 2-yard line. J.K. Dobbins ran into his own guy, lost about 3 yards. Lamar tried to run in, got stopped at the goal line, and then it was the 4th down play. Seen that before. Will. What would you have done, Will? 2020, 4 minutes left, all your timeouts. What are you doing in that situation?
I kicked a field goal. I saw it happen already this year. Can't score on the goal line. Kick the points.
Take the points. I was saying take the points. Then I also said in my head, they're not going to do it. They're going to go for it. And sure enough, they started going for it. Ethan, what do you do?
What did the other 40,000 people in that stadium think as it was happening?
Well, okay. Well, that's the second thing I was going to talk about. It got loud. Obviously, I think half of it was Raven fans saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" And the other half of it was a lot of Buffalo fans there. It was easily, I wouldn't say half the stadium, but 25% of the stadium was Bills fans. And it got loud when this play was happening. And so, yeah, it was definitely one of those, what's going to happen here moments. And sure enough, Lamar backpedaled when you probably shouldn't have, put himself in a really bad spot. And instead of throwing that ball out of bounds, he tried to make a play. Can't blame him. And he got intercepted. So now instead of the Bills getting the ball on the 2-yard line, they got the ball on the 20-yard line with 3 timeouts. And that was it. Just they marched down the field. A really bad roughing the passer penalty that wasn't getting called all game. They didn't call it all game. I looked at my father and I said, he's called Josh Allen. Every time he got hit, he would get up and complain. And he said, been watching football 50 years. He said, he's going to get one late. He's going to get one late in the game. Watch, guarantee you. And sure enough, got that call. Put him in field goal range. Ravens had to waste their timeouts, and then they just took care of business.
It looked like they tried to let him score, but they tackled him. I don't know what the hell happened there.
I think,
if
10 guys
people on the field know that they're going to let him score, what happened to that one guy that tackled him?
The one guy that tackled him was Odafe Owe, and if you watch the replay from the other angle on the field, like it was like a cameraman on the field, he hit the ball, and the ball was loose. The running back had to bobble the ball right there and fall to the ground. So, yeah, the fumble would have been great, but you put the ball in Lamar's hands there, and you try to tie the game up again. But hey, at that point, I think they were just done. The fans were done. The energy was out.
Peters was done.
Marcus Peters was done. So it was just bad. Ethan, you've been to a few Raven games now. You've been the one where we beat the Chargers pretty good. You've been the one where Tyler Huntley almost beat Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
And then the same situation happened where we could have just tied the game, but we went for 2 instead, and same kind of idea. So now here's your third big game here. You saw 2 great quarterbacks playing football, 2 of the best teams in the AFC, and it didn't turn out for the Ravens. But did you still have fun though?
Yeah, I definitely still had fun. But you're looking at John Harbaugh. I know John Harbaugh likes to win, but I think he likes to do it fast. So that's why he goes for 2 instead of taking the field goal and going to overtime. I think he just likes to make it faster.
I see what you're saying. Like get it done, get it over with.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. If I were the coach, I would have definitely taken the field goal. Because who cares how long it is? It wins Super Bowls. Think about that, John Harbaugh.
It's true. He's only got 1. He's only got 1 Super Bowl, 2 playoff wins.
You're gonna retire, and you're only gonna have 1 Super Bowl.
I don't see him retiring anytime soon. I don't see him getting fired either. That was another thing about these analytic guys. They listen to these analytic guys, and then when the decisions go wrong, they don't take the blame now. It's like, well, the analytics said to do it, so I just follow the analytics. Fire the analytics guy, or you can't fire numbers.
I don't think I understand your question.
Exactly. And then he said yesterday, I had some time to think about that question, and now I know, but he's getting tired, man. I'm getting tired of it a little bit.
I've been telling you for 5 years. Every time they show his face, it's the same baffled look. He doesn't know what's going on. He has no clue.
I know this. If he gets fired today, he's hired tomorrow. All right. Like he's not. We're not getting rid of John
Harbaugh for Tomlin. Give it to me. Straight up trade.
Nah. The Steelers wouldn't even do it for 2 reasons. One, they're
calling for his head, man. They don't like
but he's putting Pickett in, so he's giving what they want. He's gonna have his first under 500 season, and they're gonna have Kenny Pickett, and the fans will be happy with that. All right, last point with analytics. At this point, it's not winning games anymore. I don't know. I feel like the analytics is running thin. The fans now, we're tired of it. The only problem is the locker room isn't tired of it. I mean, one guy might be, but who knows what Marcus Peters was angry about? Maybe he was angry that they didn't let him score. Maybe he was angry that the everything just built up, the roughing the passer penalty, the interception, the putting the defense back out there, all that. It could have just built up from that. But overall, the Ravens are okay with what they're doing. You can be a fan of the Ravens and hate analytics. That's what they are now. So that's it. If you're a Raven fan,
I don't know, man.
That's what it's going to be.
They could also be robots of the organization too. So I don't know.
I'm just saying. I feel like DaCosta, Bisciotti, to Harbaugh, even to Lamar and Mark Andrews, they're all bought into this way of playing, and that's what it's going to be. Ethan, last point.
Like I said, even though they lost, it was still an awesome game to go to. Everything was cool. The pick.
Poster.
And we also got this poster.
Good poster right there.
It says "Legends are built in Baltimore."
Yeah, if you had Ed Reed and Ray Lewis on your defense, maybe you kicked the field goal. But next game, Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Rush, first Dallas Cowboy quarterback to win his first 4 starts, 4-0 as a Dallas Cowboy quarterback. No other Dallas Cowboy quarterback has done that well, and here he is. They're 3-1. Dak's saying he's ready for Sunday. A lot of people are saying he's not ready. They're going to let him wait 1 more week. Either way, is there really a controversy in Dallas? If Dak's ready, Dak's playing, right?
Yeah, Dak's ready. Dak's playing.
You pay the guy the money. He's doing it. Cooper did his job. And, hey, maybe Cooper gets a payday somewhere else to be a quarterback for somebody next year. But it's definitely Dak's team. We all took Dallas. Everybody gets a point. By the way, Ethan took Buffalo last week. So even though the Ravens lost and all this happened, Ethan got a point for Buffalo. So give him a point for that too. All right, next game. Wow, look at this one. Seattle Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. We all took Detroit, and we were all wrong, but not by a lot. I mean, here we go. Detroit Lions, the leading team in scoring this year. And sure enough, they scored 45 points, but Their defense let Seahawks score 48 points. So nobody gets a point for this game. Next game, Chargers at Houston Texans. Houston Texans, one of the teams who has not won yet.
Oh.
They do have that tie, but they have not won yet. We all took the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Chargers won. Next game, Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. I'm proud of this one. I am proud of this one. I picked Tennessee. Ethan picked Tennessee. Well, you picked Indy. You picked Indy. It was a close division game. I said it was going to be close. We all thought it was going to be close. But Tennessee has Indy's number.
They're done, man. They are done. They're so done.
Even though they've kept it close with Tennessee, you think they're
They're
still
done.
done? Okay. All right. Next game, Chicago Bears at the New York Giants. Ew, look at that score. 20-12. I didn't see any of this game. I mean, I was at a football game, so it was kind of hard to like see other games.
Yeah.
They would do like red zone updates, but we really just saw a scoreboard. So I don't even know how Chicago got 12. But all I know is the New York Football Giants won a football game, and they're 3-1 now. I heard Saquon Barkley looked great, which was good. You win a 20-12 ball game, you probably got to have a good running game at the end. And there you go. Let's see who we took here. Ethan took the Giants. I took the Giants. Will took Chicago. Ooh, 2 more points for me and Ethan. All right, next game on the list, the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Philadelphia Eagles. The undefeated Eagles, they were the only team that was undefeated on Sunday after the Dolphins lost. And Jacksonville was winning this game early on, right? We saw that. The fans were talking about that at the stadium. It was like, ooh, Jacksonville, Jacksonville, Jacksonville. And then Jalen Hurts ran one in, and they came back, and they won the game. So Jalen Hurts, still undefeated, 4-0. He was on Manningcast last night talking. Kid seems good. He's ready. He's excited.
So you probably didn't see how that game ended, but the Jaguars, I think, got a stop on 4th down, and Trevor Lawrence came on the field, probably on like his own 20-yard line or something. First play, sack, fumble. They lost.
What?
So they had a shot.
They had a shot.
Jacksonville had a shot, but Philly's defense took care of business. Look at that. Team with a lead and the defense coming in and taking care of business. I missed that. I missed that a lot. Jacksonville, so what you're saying, though, is Jacksonville's pretty competitive, and, just this loss doesn't define them, right?
Part of the reason why the Colts are done.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so Jacksonville coming up the form now. They're not going to Indy's. They're going to take care of Indy. Gotcha. I got you. Okay, so it's Tennessee and Jacksonville's division.
I believe so.
Okay, there you go. Heard it here. Next game, New York Jets, Pittsburgh Steelers. Ethan took the Steelers. I took the Steelers. Will took the Jets. I wouldn't have picked them. That was Zach Wilson's first game back from his injury. He looked decent. Who did look decent was Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, we finally saw Tomlin in Pittsburgh pull the plug and throw Kenny Pickett in there. Kenny Pickett didn't look that good either, but he
I
did
don't
make
think
some
he
exciting
expected to be playing this early in the season.
I hear you. But he definitely made some plays, got his team excited, got him pretty close. But the Jets defense, they made some plays, got some picks. Give them some credit too. So there you go. Hey, the Jets are 2-2. The New York Football Giants and the New York Jets both won again. Shoo, this is a good year for New York sports right now, right? You got Aaron Judge chasing 62.
He got it. He just got it.
You just got it?
Yeah.
We got breaking news on Tuesday Reactions.
Yeah.
What?
First at bat.
First at bat tonight. Wow.
Wait, what happened?
Aaron Judge hit 62 home runs
Seriously?
in the season. So he's
ESPN alert 9 minutes ago.
wow, 9 minutes ago. Breaking
news on Tuesday Reactions.
Pretty cool. Don't dab.
Why
Don't
not?
dab. Yeah, so Ethan and I don't get a point in this one. Gerber gets a point. There you
I
go.
remember when the Giants were that horrible team. They only had like 3 or 4 wins, and now look at them, 3-1.
Yeah, and the Jets, same thing, a 500 team right now. I mean, they added this extra game now in the season, and I really do feel like some of these teams have treated the first couple weeks here as preseason. Like, I really feel like the season starts now. Like, everyone kind of played a couple games. Everyone's kind of doing stuff. Everyone's kind of around 500. There's only one team that's really taking off, this way. With like in the NFC, it's the Eagles, and then there's one team that's really taken off, in the AFC, that's the Chiefs. But overall, everybody's beatable, and even the Eagles right now. I think like you said, Jacksonville had a chance. But next game, Arizona Cardinals going into Carolina. We all picked Arizona, and Arizona showed up and they won. Hollywood Brown, your boy, Will, got a really awesome touchdown. But we all get a point. Arizona, good job. Next game, Patriots at Packers. Wow. Who thought this was going to be a close game? Mac Jones hurt. Brian Hoyer coming in. Aaron Rodgers at home. Should have took care of business. Brian Hoyer gets hurt early. And the rookie, 4th-round pick.
Bailey Zippy Zappy.
Bailey Zappi. Like, not even spelled the way you think. Comes in and handles his own. Handing the ball off. Short, confident throws. Handled himself great in Lambeau Field, his first game under fire. And the Packers had to go to overtime to beat him and the New England Patriots. So give credit to Judon and that Patriot defense for keeping him in the game, and give credit to Belichick and the coaches for getting that kid ready to go in quarterback meetings, because he was a 3rd-string quarterback last week, and he went to Lambeau and took him to overtime. So I'm excited just to see what happens next week. I mean, it's got to be Hoyer still again, but they're kind of in a situation where, hey, let the kid play. Why not? Right now, they're 1-3. You know what I mean?
I think the Packers, like should have won that if that Zappy would have came.
They did win. What are you talking about?
Oh, God.
Dude, this video is 30 minutes long. No, don't talk anymore.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Will, you got anything to say about the Patriot-Packer game?
No.
Nope.
Next game. What did I say last week? I said something. Will, you think that is something? No. That was the end of the video? No. Will, you got anything to say about it? No.
Why do you think the Rams are going to win this one? I don't know.
I don't know. That was what it was. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Next game on the list, we got the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders came in winless. We all said they're not going to leave this week without getting a win, and sure enough, they took care of business at home against the Denver Broncos. And here we are now. Denver Broncos 2-2, Raiders 1-3. Maybe the Raiders start figuring stuff out here and get it rolling. But everybody right now feels like the Raiders are going to go, up, and the Broncos are probably going to start going back down now. They got that win last week, but I don't think it's going to sustain. Sunday Night Football. It seems a lot closer with this when I'm looking at the score here, but I watched this game from the beginning, and Kansas City, right out of the gate, just looked awesome on all sides of the ball. The first play of the game was a fumble when the kickoff. Chiefs get the ball. 2 plays later, Kelsey scored a touchdown, and from there on, it was just the Chiefs would just score, and then they got to stop, and they scored again, and then that was it. The Buccaneers were like, okay, we can score 2, but they never got to stop. We all picked the Chiefs going to Tampa Bay and win, and they did it. So the Chiefs are 3-1. They look really good. They look like the Chiefs are supposed to look. The Buccaneers are 2-2. Who are they? Nobody knows yet. At least they were able to put 31 points up this week instead of 12 last week. Last game on the list. And before we talk about this last game, let's just go through the picks here. The update. Ticker on top 2 can help us. Ethan, Minnesota, Giants, Tennessee, Chargers, Atlanta, Dallas, Philly, Buffalo, Arizona, Raiders, Packers, and Kansas City Chiefs. That gave him, going into the last game, 11 points. 10.
No, 12.
12 points. That's right, 12 points. 12 points. Me going in the last game, I had 12 points. So Ethan and I were tied. We had 12 points out of 16 games going into Monday Night Football. He picked the Rams. I picked the 49ers. So this game basically decided who won, and the San Francisco 49ers
blew them out.
It really was. I mean, it was like 14-9, I think, 14-6 at halftime. But after they came back from halftime, Debo Samuel just said, I can break every tackle and I can score all the points we need. Jimmy Garoppolo looked exactly like he needs to look. The crowd was going great over there in San Francisco. LA looked lost, couldn't score a touchdown. I think Stafford's only got like, I don't want to lie here. I'll put it under how many touchdowns he has. It's really low. That's how many touchdowns he's got.
Like not even one.
It's really low. So I won.
Wait,
Woo!
what?
I won this week. 13 picks out of 16 of them.
That's not the turn.
It's time to play
Factor friction.
everyone's favorite game on Tuesday nights, fact or fiction. Fiction. All right, Ethan. I'm gonna keep rolling with you, the Eagles with you, buddy. All right. Last week I asked you, there's gonna be 2 undefeated teams, yes or no? You said yes. You lost it. There's 1 undefeated team left. It's Philadelphia. Does Philadelphia stay undefeated next week?
It's so hard decision, but
Well, they're playing Arizona. So what do you think?
I think that they're gonna keep going undefeated.
Ooh, 5-0, Philadelphia Eagles. There it is. So fact, they are gonna stay undefeated. Really cool. Really cool.
Gerber, what's with you?
Will, your fact or fiction? The Atlanta Falcons are playing against Tampa Bay Buccaneers this week. 2 quarterbacks that nobody. One's in the Hall of Fame, all-time great, Super Bowls, most Super Bowls, Tom Brady. The other one, Marcus Mariota. Now he's a journeyman quarterback. Fact or fiction? Marcus Mariota has more passing yards than Tom Brady at the end of this game.
Well, I think Tom Brady will probably have more passing yards than Marcus Mariota. I know he's got Kyle Pitts to throw to, but I just think Tom's a GOAT. So
there you go. Tom's the GOAT. Tom's going to have more, so that's a fiction right there.
keep
So
my
we got,
factor friction streak alive.
there you
Can't
go.
pick any games, but I'm pretty good at this.
You got the fact or fiction pretty good. All right. Tuesday's over. Tomorrow we're picking our teams. It's going to be a fun week of football. Week 5 already. Wow.
Week
And we
5.
got another London game. So pickleball. You got pickleball again?
No, I'm
Pick a ball.
too
Wait,
cold
what
for
do you
pickleball
mean?
now.
Too cold for pickleball. Gotcha. I didn't know pickleball was an outdoor sport. I thought.
Yeah,
It was,
I mean, I did play indoors this weekend. They moved it because of the rain, but I hurt my hamstring, so
you're resting.
I'm on the IR.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Got to rest it up. All right. Let's see who plays first. Ronnie Stanley play football, or you play pickleball. We'll see who plays first. All right. I'm taking you actually at this point. All right. I'm Angelo. That's Ethan.
Bye, guys.
That's Will.
Bye,
See you.
everybody.
Bye-bye. See you guys next tomorrow.
Good night, Australia.
Wait, what?
It's like Canada. He was waving the flag today. And he was talking about.
It's morning in Australia, bro.
Oh, good morning. Good morning, Australia.
I don't get it.
What do you call a doctor?
Dog?
A dock. A sick boat. You take them to the dock. Where do you actually put boats in the park? You park them at a dock.